I bought Bitcoin every day for 4 years and it changed my life. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably thinking of the obvious financial impact of buying Bitcoin every day for 4 whole years. But truth be told, even though dollar cost averaging Bitcoin has still massively outperformed dollar cost averaging other assets over these last 4 years, those gains have not been life-changing. If you bought Bitcoin every day for the last 4 years, you'd be up 50% today, down from a high of 480%. Compare that to 31% today, down from a 54% all-time high for the NASDAQ, 19% down from 36% for the S&P 500, and 7% down from a high of 29% for gold. The reason dollar cost averaging Bitcoin is so effective compared to these legacy assets is because of how inherently volatile Bitcoin is. And over time, the results of a dumb dollar cost averaging strategy are relatively competitive with other strategies like the MVRV strategy that we covered here on the channel last year. And this really proves the tried and true maxim of investing, that time in the market is more important than timing the market. So whenever you see some new foolproof trading strategy, understand that all strategies have seasons. Sometimes they overperform, other times they underperform. Even if a strategy backtests well or the results have been good up until this point, it's no guarantee of future results. And purely basing your strategy on backtesting can be really misleading. Strategies that backtest well, like the Fear and Greed Index, also require having a lot of cash on hand in certain market conditions. And a lot of the times these strategies require you to have the most cash on hand when the rest of the market has no cash on hand, which is obviously the position that you would want to be in anyway, but it's way easier said than done. Ultimately, the cyclical nature of the market means that no strategy remains the best forever, and all strategies eventually revert to the average, which is why very simple set it and forget it dollar cost averaging strategies are so popular. So like I said at the beginning, the money that has come from dollar cost averaging Bitcoin these last 4 years has been great, but it's not life changing. It's the skills that I've learned along the way that have been the most meaningful to me. When I got into Bitcoin in early 2017, there were no set it and forget it dollar cost averaging strategies or apps out there that would do things easily for you. And because of this, I would often forget to make my purchases when the price was really low and the media wasn't really talking about Bitcoin, which in hindsight was obviously the best time to be buying. So when the price was really high, I would buy, and then when the price was really low, I would do nothing, which gave me the worst cost basis for my Bitcoin possible. So because I was missing those purchases, I decided to take matters into my own hands. And in early 2019, I built my own solution to dollar cost average Bitcoin using the Coinbase Pro API and AWS. This taught me the basics of web development, Python, and cloud computing, skills that I've gone on to use regularly today and have reinvigorated my interest in programming. I could have just waited for solutions like River and Strike and Swan to be released that would do all of the dollar cost averaging for me. But if I had done that, I would have missed out on months and potentially years of those early gains dollar cost averaging. And more importantly, I wouldn't have learned these valuable skills that still today I have the option to move all of my dollar cost averaging over to those platforms, and I haven't done it because ultimately the ability to build these custom solutions and share them here on YouTube, there's always going to be alpha in that. The fees that we get on the Coinbase API and the Gemini API and the Kraken API and the Binance API are always going to be lower than these other platforms like River and Strike and Swan that are set it and forget it, done for you solutions. And that mindset of building a custom solution that I want to use and then sharing it here on YouTube has been one of the biggest things to come out of these last 4 years. 4 years ago, if I built something for myself, I would have never thought to share it. Now, everything I build, I share here on the channel. And I'm not some like good guy, altruist, whatever. Sharing these things in public is ultimately a selfish thing to do. If I build something that's really useful to the community, I want credit for building that thing. And if I build something that sucks, I want to learn why it sucks so that I can make it better and then ultimately get the credit for the thing that I built. YouTube and social media have made it profitable to learn whatever you want to learn as long as you're comfortable with sharing everything you learn and possibly failing in public. It also allows you to develop even more skills in public speaking, writing and organizing thoughts, and learning social media basics like SEO and design. And everything that you share here online becomes part of your public resume and builds credibility for any opportunities that you might want to take advantage of down the line. Putting this content out here and learning in public has put me in contact with creators who have millions of followers, directors at massive public companies, and just really interesting people in the community who have taught me a lot about how to build software and how to build companies. Those connections and the ability to learn from people who are much smarter than me and who are much further down their careers in paths that I want to go down has been much more valuable to me than the small monetary upside from buying and holding Bitcoin every single day over the last 4 years. So if you're still watching this video and you want to get started on your own journey of learning in public, check out this video over here to learn how I've become much more productive thanks to ChatGPT. I love you all. See you next week.